crashing. There it goes. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. This is Anthony Bjarnes from Mission Start Podcast, and today is, I would say, a very unique episode of Mission Start Podcast. Normally, you would see this every Saturday morning, but this time we're going back to the classic old recording podcast audio. For this, we have a lot of people in tonight. So, starting with our social media expert, Derrick, is with us tonight. Also joining us is Sara, cosplayer / she was helping out Atlas at EVO.
Hello.
We have HellPockets here tonight as well.
Hi, everybody.
Oh my God.
Are you my father? Is that what this is? Is this a reenactment of Star Wars?
Is your voice being protected by the government right now for some reason? Is that what's going on?
Like your voice isn't deep enough already, dude. Like,
Is it bad?
It is kind of bad, HellPockets. Like lower just a little bit. Also,
like Zordon.
It's like you swallowed the mic.
Also with us tonight is Andrew Watt.
Hey guys, what's up?
Also with us tonight is Carlton / CJ.
In here. What's up, guys?
We have LPN as well. We're joining us tonight.
What's going on?
And last but not least, our Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3 EVO Champion, Kaneblueriver, is with us tonight.
What's up, everyone? How are you all doing?
Hulk Army, baby!
And all of us are here tonight because we're going to talk about EVO. Some of us were there, some of us were at home watching the event, and we have all different perspectives in terms of what happened. My first question to all of you who went is, how are you guys feeling, and did you contract the EVO virus?
Well,
God speaks.
Do you
had a great
Rangers, we need help now.
Everyone had a great time. Didn't catch it.
Like, Pockets, is the mic in your throat? Like,
It's all far away. I just think my mixer's not set up right because I just got back, plugged in.
Okay.
You just came back from the gym. You're all swelled up now. Okay.
Well, but my voice finally came back, so it might have been different. When I left EVO, my voice was gone. So now that it's healed, probably a couple octaves lower.
Yeah. I mean, like, HellPockets for you, it must have been like your voice been done after grand finals or the entire top 8 of Guilty Gear.
Actually, it was fine. It wasn't until it was not until Street Fighter where everything kind of went sour for me. Basically, I was if you ask anybody that was there, I was kind of running up and down the aisles, and I was screaming at people.
That's nothing new.
I didn't even know these people, by the way. They weren't like people like friends of mine. They were just people who were all just going like, "Hey, who do you like, Gamer B or Momochi?" And they're just like, "Momochi." I was like, "Fuck you."
Damn.
So,
Oh man, there's the first dolphin sound right there.
That's alright.
And then when the pause happened, I was like screaming at the top of my lungs in the back, like, take the round!
Okay. In terms of everybody else, how were you guys' experiences overall of this year's EVO?
You mean like in general?
Yeah, just in general, like for people who went, like what were you guys' experiences? Like, how was this year's EVO compared to last? Not everybody wants.
Well, I can say mine was slightly better, I have to say.
oh, really?
Slightly,
just a little bit better?
Yeah.
Just a little bit? Just kind of, it's okay. It's all right. That's cool.
Nothing special happened, I guess, from his point of view.
Nah. I would just want to enjoy EVO and like hang out with friends and stuff.
That's cool. I mean, like, there's obvious reasons why this year was a lot better than last year for obvious reasons. I think my question I want to bring to all of you guys, actually, now thinking about it, how do you like the location of this year compared to last year?
You mean for the people who went?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess it was in 2013 that we were here last time, so it's pretty much the same. I like the way that they laid it out a little differently. Like they put the newer hall in what was originally the main hall for Valleys, and they switched them around. I felt like that worked a lot better. As opposed to how it was last year, I mean, there was different perks of being at LVH last year, like, $2 PBRs and stuff. That's about it.
The Stark Trader mod is not working. I cannot understand you, HellPockets.
Like, HellPocket sounds like the teacher from Charlie Brown.
I am like right on the board now.
Oh, go.
All right, so reiterating, the venue that we were at this year was the same venue as 2013's, which was Bally's, and they basically switched the rooms, and it worked out a lot better. Or maybe it's just like the placebo effect, where like everybody was like, "Oh, this is nice and new," so nobody could really hate it. As opposed to LVH, though, I just gotta say LVH was cheap, so they probably wouldn't completely rule that out again. But in terms of where we're gonna be in a couple of years, I don't see a reason to go back unless they're just they hate us or something. That place sucks. Roaches and shit.
I remember from like last year when it was at LVH, they had like the Elvis convention.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing pictures from that.
Yeah, I was tempted because I was in costume. I'm like, I want to get a picture of Elvis. Oh, but I gotta go do stuff. I'm like, I guess if EVO does go back there, we could just take over what the Elvis convention took and just do something there. No.
Well, it's not even anything around there anymore because like they blew up the Riviera the year we were there, so it's like we'd be the only hotel out there.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, that was like the one thing I noticed is that at LVH you were, if you wanted to go to the Strip, you weren't really that far away. You're like a city block, but with Bally's, you're like right on the Strip. Everything's right there. Like I had to do an emergency run to like Walgreens. It's like right down the street, quote. Mm-hmm. So it was nice for convenience to do other things.
Definitely. Andrew, your thoughts on the new location versus the last one from last year?
So I wasn't actually at EVO last year. I had a spectate at home, sadly, so I can't comment on the facilities compared to this year's.
Ah, okay.
Hence me staying a little quiet.
No, it's fine. But like generally, what's your thoughts about the location this year, just as a first-time experience for you?
Honestly, I had a great time with the location. I could see with just how crowded it was and how many people, just like venue space-wise. Some people are talking about how, Vegas hotel convention centers just really aren't working out anymore. So, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see just if EVO keeps growing, if that really keeps working as a trend, just with how many people want to be there and spectate. And, you want to be in the main room watching people, and there's definitely a lot of people that couldn't be in that main room.
Gotcha. There's one thing I had noticed, too, is like it got, obviously it would get crowded fast, but like in certain rooms, like it was even hard to get into play your game. Like I saw during the Guilty Gear, it was a top, top 16, top 32.
Pretty much everything. Like the Smash crowd just swarmed us. F those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that I saw on stream, that it was hard for you guys to get in. And the Smash community just came in big and just like took over some of the rooms.
Dude, those guys were like sitting in our seats. Like when nobody was playing, they'd come and sit in the player seats, and we had to like shoo them off like rats.
Wow.
Oh, I hate that.
And damn.
Damn, rats.
Raccoons on the porch, man.
We need log traps.
So, it's interesting to hear these things because, like, I was there last year, but it was at the other hotel room, so it's kind of interesting to hear this from you guys in terms of this year. But since we got you here for Limited Time HellPockets, I want to talk to you about a few things in terms of Guilty Gear. Like, overall, how do you feel about Top 8, and how do you feel the fact that you're on ESPN? Oh, and he just left.
Poor Woshige, man. Poor Woshige.
Oh, Woshige.
That is the one. Did no one learn anything from Wolf Crone's mistake?
Nope.
Man,
Nobody.
Don't-
Nobody.
you don't ever get up like that, dude.
But
Ever.
it's different. It's different. Like Wolfgang thought what he did will win him the match, and that's why he got up.
Hmm.
What happened here? I guess Washi was so focused on the match that he thought that was a match winning round.
Yeah, he basically lost.
Mhm.
That's what happened.
That's what
Yeah.
happened.
Mhm.
He was just like Wolfgang was out of it. Washigi was too into it.
Yeah.
That's too bad, man.
Yeah.
That's just too bad.
But from that mistake, like, he became like this fan favorite for the rest of top 8.
Oh yeah, everybody wanted
Oh,
to
yeah?
win after that.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody.
Yeah.
Get that road back.
Yeah, it almost happened. But because of that mistake, it spawned this viral video of showing up on multiple websites, showing up on ESPN, and really spotting just like within the past month, like there has been 2 FGC things happen on ESPN, which I think is rare, but also the fact that it happened is just really cool. And obviously, HellPockets, like, you were enjoying the hell out of it since it reached ESPN.
I mean, I didn't hate it.
Right. What? I was gonna ask, like, where were you when you first got the news that it was on ESPN?
I actually, I just put my daughter down to bed, and I was down here just checking Twitter before I came up there after her, and somebody had shown me that it had got on Bleacher Report, and so me being a huge wrestling fan was like, oh, sweet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then some dude right afterwards tweets me, like, screw that, you're on SportsCenter. I'm like, oh, what? That's not funny, man. Don't mess me like that. And then he shows me the screenshot, and, like, I had lost my voice, so all that came out was just,
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just down here for like 20 minutes just going, ah! And my mom comes in like, are you choking? I'm like, no, I'm on SportsCenter.
Yeah, see, my mom actually called me because she saw it, and she was like, baby, are you there? And I'm like, I just saw you. like I was just at your house yesterday. How could I be in Vegas, Mom? And she was just like, oh, because I know you play the video game things, because you know how old black women talk.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Mom, thanks. And I'm just like, Jesus, we are on ESPN now. We have come a long way.
Yeah, that was huge.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was, definitely. It's really cool. Like, I'm very genuinely surprised by it. And it was a funny moment, and it was great, but it makes, in a way, like, ESPN, I guess, intrigue more of the FGC. Not to put words in their mouth, but it could be.
Well, the thing is, you know, it's cool that we're there, but you gotta wonder about their intentions on it too, because it's not like we're not like a mainstream type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So to them, it might just be like some big funny joke, like, oh, look at these guys playing video games, and look what happened to this guy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I hope that they're taking notice for a good reason. Like, oh, man, this thing is actually becoming something cool in America that we should pay attention to. Not just like, look at these guys playing games on stage, and look at this guy messing up. Like, I hope it doesn't get there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you. That's definitely something that's been a concern from the community, that we've been noticed only for being comic relief. But
yeah, we don't want to turn into a big joke.
Yeah, I don't think that's really that much of a problem, because like they're only going to cover stuff that they want to cover anyway, and we can't really be like, don't cover that, you know?
Right.
Like they're going to do what they want to do regardless. Obviously, they got a hold of this footage, and they asked SRK if they could use it, and SRK was like, yeah, sure, you know, pay us. Probably.
Like the Cannons are going to say no to ESPN. Like, nah, man, you can have it, dude. You want the rest of it? We got that too.
Who's going to say no? So like, it's kind of like, we're afraid of being called nerds by people who are already calling us nerds anyway, right? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Oh, me. I've been around too long. I care either way, man.
Reminded.
For sure. Yeah, it's interesting, but like in terms of like what they'll lead into, we're not quite sure in the future. But it is it is cool to see that spotlight for a brief moment is on an FGC. As far as like where that goes, time only tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can interject, I still remember when a article on SRK.
Whoa, it's so far away.
It's like down the hallway.
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, HellPockets was too close and Derrick is too far.
We need
You
to
guys
find a
are-
happy medium.
Louder.
We are such an amazing team. We are amazing.
Yeah.
Good work, team. Good work.
Just go.
Best work.
All right. Hang on, guys. I just issue my mic. Just go.
Okay, well, like I said, I remember when an article on SRK was posted 10 years ago, by Shin Blanca no less, in which he was like, oh yeah, we'll never make ESPN. Fast forward to 2015, look where we are now.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
To see that we've come that far.
Yeah.
Now, the thing, I think the thing that a lot of people don't want to see is that, like I said, it ends up being a joke, and then they just forget about it. Some people have been arguing that maybe we should be, doing our own highlight reels, and I'm like, I'm not against that. Somebody should definitely come up with a show if they want to that just covers like all the big hits in the FGC week, month, year. I don't know. They kind of do that with the post Evo wrap up with the moments and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But that's like, that's what I mean. But like the thing is, like, it doesn't have to go to TV. It can just stay on Twitch streaming because that's blowing up huge anyway. So we don't really need TV at this point.
Agreed.
Twitch is lay huge. Twitch is lay huge, man.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Definitely agreed.
Twitch didn't hurt, but streaming is where it's at for us.
Definitely agreed. Cannot talk today. So since we're on the topic of terms of Guilty Gear, like in generalization, like what were you guys' thoughts on this year's top 8?
It was pretty exciting.
My boy didn't win. Neither of my boys won. Jesus. Yeah, RF got beat. Crap. I've been watching RF for years. Like that he's one of the reasons why I play Faust in the first place. He lost, and I'm like, all right, cool, Nage got this. And I was just like, I was going off in finals, like, this dude is air throwing everything. like everything. He got in the air, just tossing them, and I'm just like, this is great. But, Ogawa does what Ogawa does, and he won. And he freaking won. Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say, like, it's bad because I said he was going to win in the beginning of everything. I was just like, yeah, Ogawa's got this. But, like, to see how he had to do it, it made me, I was okay with that because he had to work. He definitely had to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
He worked harder than I thought he was going to have to work. I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually funny on commentary because my partner Ryan Hunter, we were kind of responsible for like talking about the previous history of the players, and so when it came to Ogawa, everybody's like, oh, he's the best, he's the top guy. But I was quick to remind everybody that just like maybe 2 weeks before, he got his back blown out by Ein at the God's Garden tournament. And ended up taking that third place L after Ein died. And so I was like, man. So I'm like, dude, he's just lucky Ein's not here. Like Ryan's like, you scumbag.
Mm-hmm. But see, like and like RF too. RF's he's a 2-time SBO champ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, he's got some competition in there, but that man came to play.
Ogawa is like the god king, no doubt.
Oh yeah, of the Guilty Gear, yeah, high, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah. So the thing that came to mind when I was watching it from home is that I have never been hyped for any tournament in Guilty Gear in the morning, and I was waking up and I was watching, and it woke me up just quickly after watching it. But like the other thing too is like after watching that, and I went back to kind of rewatch some of the ESPN footage and just kind of watching some of the commentary. Like it actually, in a way, kind of makes me want to get Guilty Gear. Like after watching that, I was like, I might take that dive.
Do it.
You haven't taken it yet?
No, I haven't. I mean,
do it.
What the hell?
Do it.
How in the?
I have reasons.
What are your reasons?
Just want to say, you're missing out, bro.
Yeah, you are definitely missing out. Go play Guilty Gear. And Start with any of them. You'll get a good idea.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I played Guilty Gear back in the day when it first came out, and I had a ton of fun.
Oh, that was my game, man! Instant kills. You win the match. No other rounds.
Yeah.
You win the match. That was my shit. When I was a kid, I was like, "Woo, it's over with."
Right, for sure. I mean, like, yeah. As far as like when that happened in the future for me, who knows? Maybe. But yeah, like Guilty Gear overall was great. I enjoyed the hell out of it. So, I was gonna say. So I actually want to talk about, since we have Kane here. Kane, tell us your experience going from where you started from pools to all the way up until grand finals of Marvel 3.
So first 2 matches in pool went okay. Good stuff to warm up, get the hands a little bit loose. And then I had to play the first no name, which was mini boss. I'm always pretty confident against mini boss because Will is a pretty good, I guess, still up and coming player. He has made a name. Definitely made a name for himself by now in SoCal, but the thing is that he's still kind of unstable in tournaments, so it's kind of easy to crack him. So it's kind of easy if you know how to get into break his mind. So I was able to do that, and he beat me like the download round, and I did pretty well against him. Then I had to play Dual Kevin, who's probably the Midwest current best player. And he's definitely a good, very promising player. I was really scared, honestly, coming into this matchup because I played him in Combo Breaker and Casuals, and he beat me slightly more than I did. And for him, it's way easier because his whole team is I would say complete counter to my team, but I guess tournament experience prevailed in the end there because I guess he got nervous, and I just knew what he was planning to do. And I guess he got confident because he thought the matchup was easy for him, and I prepared for it. So I was able to beat him. Now, I was kind of scared because on the pool across me, everyone was expecting either Cloud or Wero to win, who are like both really bad matchups for me. But both of them ended up taking out each other. So in the end, I got Wall Street made it out of that pooling winner, so I had to play him after right after pools. I had never played him before, and his team is like, he plays two very gimmicky teams, but the thing is that fortunately for me, all the experience like going around playing different people makes me pretty good against dealing against that kind of teams. So I was also able to beat him pretty convincingly. Then I had to play K-Beast, and that one was rough because I was playing kind of nervous, and he got me. He went 2-0 up on me. I was like, okay. I understand how this guy's playing. He's not playing Viper. He's playing weaker because he's not playing all his characters. I just need to play calm down and play calm. And I did that. I was able to do run the classic and run it back, get the 3 I needed. Then I got top 32, and I realized at that point I had to play Justin, and that's when things started getting kind of critical for me, because at that point in the tournament, I got to the exact same instance last year, top 32 winners, just 2 more wins needed to get into top 8 fucking EVO, and what for me was like last year. I had to play him in the exact same instance, and he beat me. And then I had to play Chris G right after, back to back, and he beat me. And for me, it was pretty crushing. And I was just thinking about, I can't let history repeat again. I need to somehow change destiny at this point. Plus, Justin has been beating me at every single tournament we play, with like a couple of small exceptions for the past whole year, all this season. So I need to make a difference at that point. And fortunately for me, I was able to do it. And at that point, I felt like I just dropped a huge weight I had, more than on my shoulders, on my soul, my spirit. I really needed that. After that, I felt I I could actually, at that point was when I first thought maybe I can change things this time, because I'm kind of self-critical about that, because I had a lot of kind of failures in life where I feel even though I try, things keep going bad no matter what. So I keep thinking, oh, this is going to happen again, this is going to happen again, it's going to be the same. And I'm really happy that it finally changed this time. After that match, I had to play, last match to enter top 8 was against my teammate Takumi. And that was kind of a heartbreaker for me, because, and for a lot of us, because we've grown pretty close. I have a lot of respect for him. We become super close, and we have a lot of we have a large group of common friends, especially with the Japanese Marvel community. So everyone was like, we can't watch this, it's too hard to watch. And I guess again my experience paid off, because I was able to beat him pretty convincingly. I guess he got really, really nervous. And after that, in top 8, I feel I was able to play my very best. I played like in ages, I would say, because as I was advancing through top 8, I felt my opponents were getting more and more nervous, while I was getting more and more confident. Especially like Fruitsy was playing his game, but everyone thought the matchup was really bad for me. But I played like against a lot of models this year. Played against Elgato a lot early this year. I played set against Rubik's in Texas, and I play a lot against Flash Metroid in casuals during one of the nights before EVO. So I know how the matchup works. I know what I have to do. So that way I was able to beat him. Apollo Man it's kind of the same as Mini Boss, but better, as he's a super strong player, but his mind is his weakest point. So
yeah, agreed. I definitely agreed.
Yeah, he tends to get in his own head a lot.
So basically, I guess everything that went on during the match made him react like slightly slower, which was the only thing I needed to take advantage, like to get an edge against him. And in grand finals, I could definitely say that Ray was super nervous playing, because I played against Ray before, and I know he plays way better than that. He made mistakes that he won't do in other instances, but I guess that's when it counts. That's when you have to be the most solid, and I was, and he wasn't.
Yeah, definitely. Your road to top 8 was ridiculous. I think what really stood out to me was that the passion you had for the game, but just like when you won, like you were in tears and just like really appreciated everything that's happened thus far, and that speaks volumes. And it was great to see you win. It was great to see somebody else win other than the Marvel gods that usually win. I think that you beating Justin, I think, was a huge accomplishment. Not many people can say that nowadays.
Yeah, especially with like the amount of work and the amount of traveling that you've been putting in to play the game, dude. Yeah, no, you deserved it, 100%.
Definitely. Yeah, it was cool. It was awesome. I do have a question though for you, because like there has been some criticism of your playstyle from other people online. Have you read those comments, or any thoughts in terms of like what people are saying in terms of like they don't particularly like about it?
I've seen some of that stuff. Honestly, the only thing I can say is they're not the ones sleeping with a golden stick.
Yeah. Talk that shit, Kane. Talk that shit.
It's not even talking shit. It's just straight facts.
That's exactly what I mean. That's the slang. It's slang for saying tell them what it is, man.
No, I know.
Yeah, you tell him, man.
That's a wonderful response.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, definitely. I'm like, Here's the thing. Here's my thought about it. Is that, I don't care what style you play, whether it be whatever style that you like or that somebody else doesn't like. As long as you win the game in the end, that doesn't matter. And if they dislike it, then oh well. They're lost and you win. So it's kind of
exactly.
Yeah, most of those people that I criticized weren't even at EVO to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not like they did anything to try to stop me to begin with.
Right.
Yeah, but it's
Nobody
just
could
like
stop
I hate
Kane. Nobody.
I hate just the regular misinformed talk where you got those people that are just like, oh, he does is press H. I'm like, dude, nobody wins a fucking tournament just hitting one button. Like Kane,
it's like all he does is button mash. Like
it's like, come on, guys. Like he won EVO, he just button mashes. Some people just ain't smart. Like, to me, it just doesn't make any sense that people would even go that far to say stuff like that. It's like the guy has been putting in work. Like, he's showed everybody this. This guy's traveled everywhere. He's played the game on, like, 3 continents. For God's sakes. And you're telling me that he's just mashing? Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's players out there who play, like, at least 8 hours a day. Like, they'll do their job, but they'll come home and that's what they do, like, as their hobby. They come home, they'll have a quick bite to eat, and then they're on their Twitch, or they're just playing for an actual purpose.
I tell everybody the same thing. They're like, oh, he just mashes. I'm like, oh, really? Cool. Go pick the same team and win EVO next year. Oh, you can't? Like, you won't? Oh, that's hilarious, man, because you made it sound so easy 5 seconds ago.
Mm-hmm. How many EVOs have you won?
That's exactly
right.
The better question is, how many EVOs have you been to? Like, that's the one I like to ask people now. Ooh. It's just like you ain't even gone to the big show yet, and you're trying to tell me what somebody who just won the tournament is and isn't doing. No, get out of here.
I mean, what I think about it is that if there's people that say, "Hey, he just won just by mashing buttons," I think that's more of a disrespect to the people I play against than against me. Because like if I won EVO doing that, what's left for the people I beat in the road there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, good people are not supposed to be mad to losing to just mashing buttons. So
that's a good point that Kane brought up. I mean, it is a disrespect or a slap in the face to the strong competitors. But I mean, at the end of the day, Kane got first place because he actually outsmarted other players, no matter how good they were. That day on, Kane just played it better than everyone else, right? I mean, not everyone smashed
that day.
brainlessly.
That day.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the way that Kane's team is constructed is to put you in, very dire situations, right?
Yeah, it's front.
He's using his mind to actually outsmart the opponent, not just like it's not automation. That's what it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and you got to tell people sometimes, like, no matter what wins, somebody's going to find a way to hate it. Like 0-1, and everybody was just like, oh, that's 0, that's bull, man, that's stupid. Then Kane wins, and oh man, he just mashes H. And then if somebody wins next year with something different, they're gonna be like, oh, he just does this, and I'm just like, okay, so no one
success.
No one actually wins EVO. No one actually wins. They just find something that other people don't know how to deal with because it's
the
that
losers
game.
are the true winners.
Yep, always, man.
Agreed.
Always. The first place in EVO are always the people who know how to get on the internet who didn't even go. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, definitely. Agreed. There was one thing I will say before we move on to the next topic is that, Kane, I hope you win next year, and I hope you keep shutting up those people who doubt you. So,
Congratulations. Also,
he's got to go to stick.
Yeah.
Thank you for beating Kevin, because he lives around here, and I play Hulk, so I get to talk all the trash to him now. Like, oh man. Don't you wish you had more Hulk experience, Kevin? Don't you wish I could have taught you some stuff, Kevin? And you know what he's gonna say? You know what he's gonna say? He's gonna let me dead in my face and be like, "F you, CJ, I hate you." This is what I live for.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Kane.
Congrats, Kane.
Definitely. So the one other topic I do want to bring up, since I believe it is probably one of, I guess, the biggest, toughest tournaments that EVO has ever had, is the entire Street Fighter 4 tournament. For starters, the tournament was stacked from top to bottom, and it was ridiculous. Like, not only how many international players were in it, but just how many players were in it overall. And I think that when it came down to top 8, like, it was any of those players could have won. Like, any of them could definitely win to EVO. I think what everybody was talking about during the Street Fighter was specifically the two big matches, Gamer Breed versus Infiltration and Gamer Breed versus Momochi. Both matches were great. I think that Gamer Breed versus Infiltration was, and then, to quote James Chen, like, it was mentally draining. Like, I wasn't even playing, and I was just like, ugh. I couldn't imagine. Sarah, how were you feeling? Because I couldn't imagine since you were there, like.
Yeah, I was in the box in the very front. I could theoretically lean on the stage. It was horrible to watch because you could just feel Infiltration's energy. He's like, what do I do? Who do I choose? If I choose this character, who do I count? What character do I choose that's going to counter Gamer B's next choice? It was just horrible. It was great. It was great for the hype, but it was just, oh man. Mm-hmm. One of those had to be there things because you're like, oh man, Infiltration. Pick someone. Go into your little box of characters. I know you know like a million of them. Pick someone.
That's the crazy thing about Street Fighter, man. Street Fighter is a little crazy. Like, it's all about making the right moves when it comes to selecting characters. At this point in the game, everybody has just like a handful of characters to play from, right? So it's actually heavily enforced that you blind pick and you successfully win the first match, so you could always be in favor just in case they switch characters.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, on the grand stage, must be like really strenuous. Like,
yeah, it was super
if you win with a counter pick, you have to win the next match afterwards,
you do.
or else you're gonna be at deficit.
Yeah, I was hearing like some people were yelling random.
Really?
They were trying to get him to pick like certain ones. Like people were yelling like Cody, right? And then you hear tons of people random.
I have to say,
because for Infiltration, it doesn't. For some characters, it doesn't matter. Like he'll know how to play him, but in certain cases, like his Chun-Li is good, his DiCaprio is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say?
Yeah.
So.
I have to say something about that actually. I feel Street Fighter players are more competitive focused players than Marvel players, or at least in some sort of way, because Street Fighter players are not afraid of taking any advantage they can within the boundaries of rules to get an advantage during the game. But Marvel players, a lot of them are like, whatever, they're lazy or they'd rather. I had this discussion with Apollo Man a few days ago because in my match against him, I actually run to the station to make sure I got the player one side, because there's everybody knows Apollo Man he's a slightly weaker on player 2 side.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember that. That was great.
I remember that. Then he was like, "Oh, I want player one side, blah blah blah," and then so we had to flip a coin for sides.
Yeah.
And I won the coin flip, so I got player one side. The thing is, I told Apollo Man like just in a long time ago, just like to make him aware of this option and to like make sure like to encourage him to use it if he had to, is that under EVO rules there's this rule that nobody ever like in this long page of rules that nobody reads about, because everyone assumes they know everything.
Right. Definitely. Like there's definitely some rules where people or some players do know and don't know. Like this was something that was shown during Gamer B and Momochi's match, where the infamous plug unplugged, or for lack of a better term, the razor stick was just malfunction during that whole incident. And like even the commentators were kind of trying to figure things out. The player, you see Gamer B's face, like he's trying to figure out like what can he do, like what's the rules on that. So there are some players who do know what the EVO rules are, and some don't. And those players who do know use that to their advantage. Right? Definitely agree.
Okay, I go back. So basically, the rule is that if you lose, you can choose to switch sides. And I told Vinith, why didn't you use that? I was like, no, because it takes too much time, and it's Xbox, so it takes more time, and the spectators and the blah blah blah. It's like you're playing winter finals of EVO.
Yeah.
Why would you care about anyone else at this point?
Excuses, bro.
I would take up as much time as I could. If it takes me half an hour, to make sure that's fair, then yeah.
Yeah, if I got that option, at that point I'm like, yo, F the spectators, get up.
Yeah.
I want player one now.
Yeah, exactly. Go to the shower.
You want to be in champion condition, you know?
Matter of fact, let's go try out that seafood buffet right now.
Let's go to Caesars. Go to Caesars buffet.
I'm trying to go eat.
So, Andrew, you were gonna say something earlier.
I can't remember what it was. I don't know.
Okay.
Got the conversation.
No, it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, I think that the whole match between Infiltration and Gamer was really good. I think that the jury pick at the end was very surprising. I mean, like, we knew the Infiltration had a whole cast of characters he can choose from. Literally, just pick any character to be good with it. It was surprising to see he chooses Jiri at the very end and ride it out, and it almost did it for him for sure. But yeah, it was great. And then obviously the grand final between Momochi and Gamer B, everybody's rooting for Gamer B to win, and that it didn't turn out that way. And here's the thing, because like I said prior, like when that moment happened between when the stick malfunctioned for Momochi, like literally, in CJ, you can test this. Like everybody at the dojo when we were watching it at home, we all looked at each other. I was like, take it.
Well, I thought that from what I was told, the EVO rule is if something like that happens at EVO, you have to take the game. Like, you don't get a choice. Like, that's just the thing. Like, if a stick malfunction happens and it's determined that it's the other player, that game is yours. Like, you don't have a choice. You just have to take it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, whoa, this is weird.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the worst time possible for this to happen to Momochi right now. But I guess that's not the rule, or you have a choice. But like, yeah, I didn't think you had a choice.
Wait, so the rule is you have a choice or you don't have a choice?
Yeah, I didn't think you. I thought you didn't have a choice. Like, if the stick malfunctions during a match and it's determined that it's the other player, whether you do or don't want to take the game, you have to take the game.
Yeah, I thought that was the rule also. It's how I have it set up for Turn the Butter. It's actually you do have a choice by EVO rules.
Because they let him do that thing where it was just like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna take some life off you. We're gonna let the round run down, and so I don't get more meter or something like that. And I was just like, okay, but I don't know the intricacies of the rule, but I know that's how that works. I didn't know that you could play around within the confines of that rule. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, the thing about
that's how it works. That's you basically. If that happens, you have to take the round, and the way you take the round is like that. You just hit until like you're in the health lead and let time run out.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I think the thing that I think it would be doing it injustice if it was taking the game, or like say it was the very last round of the game. Like if EVO left like that, it would not feel right. Like we're obviously in the FGC, we obviously want to see everything play out and see the better man win. But like, yeah, it was a huge moment. It was like definitely one of those moments where I think it really caught everybody by surprise, and it was just one of those moments where like questions arise and what do you do and whatnot.
Yeah, it's one of those like you don't expect that to happen right then and right there. Like. Yeah. That's that one chance happening where you guys are like talking amongst your friends and you're just like, hey dude, wouldn't it be funny if somebody's stick messed up like right at the last match at EVO, and you're like, that's never gonna happen, and it does, and you're like,
and boom.
You're like, whoa,
well,
wow.
Now what?
Yeah, it's like, wow, whoa. Oh my god, that actually happened.
I think it's almost a good thing that this happened on the big stage though. Because I mean, I've seen this so many times at local tournaments and other stuff where someone will accidentally pause the game or the stick malfunction or whatever, and then before the TO even has a chance to come over and talk to them or anything else, they just kind of look at each other like, okay, yeah, we'll just keep playing. Oh yeah, we'll just keep playing.
Yeah, just like
instead of we're talking about these rules that we have to enforce outside of the actual mechanics of the games right now, just to do how tournaments are run. And I want to see players start to use those rules, be it the side switching, be it the double blind pick, even come down to stage selection. There are rules in place for EVO for stage selection as well.
I think the rules need to be better advertised. Like it needs to be known better, because I guarantee you a lot of these players still don't actually know real EVO rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably know some of them, but like the real intricate ones that you like have to like for instance the side switching thing, I guarantee you a lot of people there don't know about it and wouldn't enforce it because they don't know. So I think it needs to be like more out there, like, hey guys, just in case you don't know, here's more EVO rules that you should be paying attention to because it could benefit you.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I mean, like, right now during the FTC, like, it's really homie doing it, right? Like, the rules aren't like pushed to the most strict point. I mean, like, I feel like once those EVO rules get applied to every single tournament and they're on the walls and shit and stuff like that, like that'll be the point where the FTC becomes really official, like esports, I guess. But right now, it's pretty much like by the community for the community. Rules can be bent here and there as long as it doesn't affect like the main results or whatnot. But I mean, like you mentioned before, like not a lot of people know these intricate rules, like switching sides, and when you do stages, right? Like, I don't know, I've been hearing this getting back and forth. Like, if both sides choose a stage they want, and they're not the same stage that they want, are you supposed to do a coin flip or pick random or something like that? I don't know if it's
training stage or something.
Necessarily official. Yeah. But I mean, like, there's a lot of rules that are miscontorted, so.
Yeah, because I remember during EVO, people were getting at Kane too for a second. Because you remember when you had to pause during the Fruitsy match?
Yeah.
Yeah, people were starting to light you up online for that, and I'm like, we don't even know what happened, guys.
I think that's when they were trying to clear the box, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. They were trying to clear the stage, and they told you to stop the match.
So me and Fruitsy are pretty close. Fruitsy has helped me a lot in the past, so we're pretty close. We're pretty close friends as players. But we also have like the rivalry of clear considering two of the top players in the region. Correct. So coming at that point, we were really, really tense. So we both heard something that for us it was like the instruction to start the match, and we started playing. Then I don't remember if it was one of the cannons or Chris Lee who comes from behind us until like 10 seconds after the match and tells us, "Hey, guys, this match doesn't count." And it's like, wait, doesn't? No, it doesn't. So go back to your stream because we didn't give the instruction. So go back. And they're like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah. That was interesting moments when that happened for sure.
Yeah, we figured it was something like that because we were just like, Kane's not just gonna pause in the middle of the match. It doesn't make sense. So something must be happening.
Yeah,
but everybody online was just like, this man's cheating, and I'm like, whoa, guys, hold up, we don't even know what the hell happened. Like, chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like what they did is they actually put tape down on the carpet to try and keep the box contained, but there were people trying to move forward and trying to push and sit down and block the aisleway, and so at one point,
yeah,
I know, right?
I've been through that.
So one of the guys, I guess, when they were
stuff.
Yeah, when they were starting, when Kane and them were starting the match, they started, and then I guess one of the stage guys, he was like, no, we gotta clear this box, we gotta clear the damn box, tell them to move, and everyone in the box is like, pack it up, you gotta go, pack it up, you can't stay here, you're gonna make us all leave, if you all don't leave.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah, so then as they continued the match, they just said, hey, cut, you gotta stop, we gotta clear this box first before you guys actually start.
Yeah. Derrick,
then once they finally cleared everyone out, they're like, all right, go for it.
Derrick, were you going to say something?
Yeah, actually, 3 years ago, I was actually up front. And, I actually went out. Because it was getting too crowded. So.
Yeah. I could definitely say that. And, I mean, like, Sara, you've been there for 2 years in a row. I can imagine it'll get crowded pretty quick. Well, actually, the last two things I want to bring up before we end the show, actually, since we're on topic, Sara, my two questions for you is that one, how did you change out of your Melee cosplay into Makoto cosplay so fast, and get back up on the front stage? That's my first question.
That's a secret. Because it's something I learned, because I went down for Guilty Gear Finals as Milia, so I was in there, you can see me on the stream, I'm like second row back, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, woohoo, Milia, woohoo, and then there was the Daisuke Sensei signing, at the Mad Catz booth. I'm like, all right, I'll stay in Melee for that. All right, and then, you know, for that cosplay, it takes maybe like 15 minutes just to change in and out. I mean, it's not like I'm putting on armor or anything. It's like the same as you would go upstairs and like change clothes. Like wash your face and change clothes. That's all it is. You go upstairs, you do like a, you know, unfortunately a quick wash, even though it's like sweat and stuff. You know, just do like a little quick wash, go downstairs, do the rest of Grand Finals, come back upstairs, and then do a full shower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
But other question is something, because like I had friends on Twitter just like asking like, why is there somebody with a Carlton like picture up in the front? Because like that.
Okay, so.
Because I know what that is from NCR.
Yeah.
Long,
so
you know, right?
Yeah. So one
no,
of my good friends, Revogeist, he's really cool, up and coming photographer. Loves Carlton, loves Fresh Prince, loves that whole thing. And his, I wouldn't say it's like a gimmick, but it's more of like a thing he's been doing for the past, I don't know how many years, is that he's brought a picture. Okay, so the picture is of Carlton Banks in a tuxedo, and I think it's like his graduation photo or something.
My dude Alfonso.
Yeah.
Alfonso.
Yep. So it's that picture, and he carries it in a frame, kind of like what you would see at like a funeral, right? In remembrance of, but he carries it around with him, and so he brings it like to anime conventions. He brought it to NCR. He actually went up to the Japanese gods of Street Fighter and asked them, "Hey, can I get your picture with it?" There's like Bonchet. There's a picture of Bonchet, and he's looking at Carlton like, "What the heck is this?" You know, like poor Fudo is just like, "I don't get this either, but I guess I'm taking a picture with this." You know, like he got Daigo to smile. You know, like Daigo. You know, the rare times when Daigo smiles, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he went around, he got a couple other people, and so at this year's EVO, which was his first EVO, he was trying to get into the box, into the front area. He was kind of, he wasn't in camera sight as much as I was. So he handed Carlton to me, and he said, "Here, take care of it." I'm like, all right, I'll see if I can do it. Because that's kind of, because for Guilty Gear, I kind of made a good spot, like where I was for Guilty Gear. And then later on for Marvel and Street Fighter, I was kind of in the same area too. So when I had Carlton with me, I'm like, okay, I should be in the area. And so when I saw myself, I'm like, where's Carlton? And I picked him up and I'm like, all right, I could see Carlton on the screen.
Oh wait, so that was you?
Yes, that was me. I was Carlton's caretaker for Marvel and Street Fighter. The guy who normally carries it wasn't able to get on in the proper area of the box to get Carlton's face there, because he was kind of like in the dark, I guess.
I remember either fist bumping or handshaking you.
Yes.
Yes, because you were like in the very first line.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We also got a selfie together.
That is awesome. That is
nice.
awesome.
He entrusted you with a very important task, and you passed with flying colors, woman.
Oh man, I made everybody laugh.
Wait,
I mean, PR Balrog or Eduardo, he was hella cracking up. It was great. He was trying to be all stone faced before Street Fighter came, and I leaned over because there was like a table in the way, and I'm like, Eduardo, and I was shaking Carlton. He turned, sees him, he's like, what the heck is that? You know, he's trying to get to his seat. Because I guess he may have remembered it from NCR. I don't remember, but
that's awesome.
Cameraman really loved it too.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was great. It was.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then I guess Yipes did a shout out to Carlton. I saw the stream earlier today.
Nice.
Or the recording, yeah.
My last thing I want to do before we end the show is, what's your guys' thoughts on the new Street Fighter character, the Collie?
Super sick.
He looks awesome.
Yeah, he looks dope. He looks dope.
I think the one thing that...
Like I like.
Oh, go ahead, LPN.
Kind of looks like Evil Ryu.
No. He's evil Wolverine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wolverine's already, man.
He's like Claw Yori. Like that's what that looks like. But there's a lot of things in this new Street Fighter 5 that remind me of KOF, so I'm right at home here. I think I'm gonna like this game.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the rush down direction that they seem to be taking it to a point where it's like, hey, like here's a character that wants to go in. we're going to see more and more of that. So it's really cool kind of seeing that whole direction with character models and everything.
It's definitely a different direction from what Street Fighter 4 is. Street Fighter 4 is a more slow, more methodical type of game, and with Street Fighter 5, it's definitely the opposite. It's rush down, it's big damage, and
it's like I don't know how to put it. It's like it's unforgiving. Like that game is just like, hey, you do something, you do it. Like like that's what Combo Fiend was talking about. He was just like, I want to make it to where if you make a decision, you make it. Like I'm trying to take away as many like I want to say safety nets as there are, and make it to where like, hey, this is a game where you got to play it like the old school Street Fighters were.
I like it. Commitment.
Yeah, I love that.
Definitely. And my first thoughts about Nikali was that, and this is something that I think, I forgot who was it, but like somebody brought it up in the dojo, like some of the animations that he had with Brian from XT. And
that was Don because Don is in love with that dude. Straight up.
Yeah, and I went back and checked out XT footage of Brian, and I compared it to like Holly, and there's definitely some moves that were carried over from XT that are in this character. So whether it be a good thing or a bad thing, time will only tell. But like having a new character in Street Fighter, I'm all for. So it's all good.
It makes me laugh because like I can hear his voice when we were watching the trailer. The whole time it's just like, That's Brian. That's just Brian the whole time. That's all he kept saying. That's Brian. Oh God. Oh, I'm gonna see him tonight. Oh, it's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be great. All right. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming on to this podcast to talk about their experiences at EVO this year. And before we go, Sarah, where can I find you on the internet?
I have a cosplay page. It's a Sara no cosplay.
Awesome.
I have, yeah.
Oh, was you say was anything else you're gonna say, or was that it?
That's basically it. I mean, like I have like an Instagram and a Twitter, but those are kind of hard to. It's a weird Japanese gibberish. Just find me on my Facebook page.
All right, for sure. Andrew, where can they find you on the internet?
If you guys want to find me, you could follow me on Twitter at SD_Watt. I mostly end up tweeting mostly during the major events and when things are going on, but day to day, I toss something out there now and again.
Cool. LPN, where can they find you on the internet?
PandoraHouse, where I can't go.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, my bad, Lon. That was your
Twitter
question.
Go ahead, LPN.
This hate, though. I've been talking. Well, definitely, you guys definitely follow me on Twitter at OOITZLPN. It's pronounced it's LPN, just like the way it looks. And of course, on Facebook, you can find me under the real LPN, and that's about it.
Cool. CJ, where can they find you on the internet?
Man, I think that's yeah. So my Twitter is I hate PandoraHouse because LPN sucks.
Hey, that name's too long, man.
Is it? No. My Twitter is it's a King Soulstar. I'm on there like twice a year. And then I have an Instagram, Captain Soulstar. But mostly, if you find me, I'll be on Facebook. Is Kane outside again?
Yeah, I think he's getting his hair.
I'm here.
He's on the airplane.
He's blow drying his hair right now.
But yeah, if you can mostly find me on Facebook. If you look up Colin Soulstar, I'm pretty easy to find.
Okay, awesome. Kane, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Kaneblueriver CL, and on Facebook under my name, Nicolas Gonzalez. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. And last but not least, Derrick, where can I find you on the internet?
Okay.
Well, I'm actually going to speak for two people, not just for myself. First off, let's get started with HellPockets since he had to leave early. You can find HellPockets on Twitter at HellPockets, and you can also find him on Super Desperation Radio every Monday at 6 p.m. on iPlayWinner, on the iPlayWinner Twitch channel. As for me, I am on Twitter at KamenRiderTag, KamenRiderTag. that is also my Instagram as well. You can find me on that. And I've also started streaming as well. So, and my Twitch channel is twitch.tv/KamenRiderTag. KamenRiderTag. I'm still testing out a couple things, but for the most part, yeah, I'll probably be streaming like occasionally, aka whenever there's enough bandwidth.
And you can follow me personally on Twitter at DefectiveNaruto. You can follow the work that me and Derrick do on our website at missionstartpodcast.com. This audio podcast will be up on our website. It'll also be on our YouTube channel and other places that we might upload to. But yeah, definitely, I want to thank you guys again. And as far as when next year rolls around, hopefully I can go. Hopefully it's a different story for me. But time will only tell. But for now, we'll see.